So as we are celebrating with Ben today, as he starts a new chapter in his life, we cannot let him go without one last conversation about fascinating science stories. And a U.S. company is making a serious push to resurrect the woolly mammoth, which is currently extinct, we know, and unleash the animal in the Canadian Arctic. So joining us with more is bioethicist Kerry Bowman. This is a very special story, Kerry. So many questions. But first, how is Colossal, the company at the center of this, planning to bring back the woolly mammoth?
Well, look, it's tricky, and they may change gears a few times on this. But really what they're doing, Anne-Marie, is they're bringing back I'm not going to call it a hybrid, because biologically it wouldn't be, but they're taking the genome of the Asian elephant, and they've now mapped the full genome, by the way, of the woolly mammoth itself. There's multiple species, but they've got a map of that. And then they're going to splice in woolly mammoth, genetic material and codes, rather, along with the Asian elephant. So they're creating kind of a new genome. So most of the focus will be on trying to recreate the woolly mammoth features, those massive tusks, what we believe to be the colossal orange fur, the stature of them. Here's the thing that's really out there is they're now developing an artificial womb. What I mean by an artificial womb is literally an artificial uterus. It's been done in small animal studies, small meaning mice, right? But remember that the gestation period of an elephant is close to 2 years.
Yeah.
And this fetus will eventually reach 200 pounds before birth. So it's really an out there, kind of unbelievable, really science fiction-y kind of a story. And then, they will then potentially begin to move these woolly mammoths in two regions. Primarily, and first it will be the Siberian regions of the Russian Federation, and then they hope maybe Canada.
Okay. But here I have a question. The idea of bringing back an animal that went extinct thousands of years ago and reintroducing it into a modern ecosystem raises a lot of ethical questions, also questions from anybody who has ever seen Jurassic Park. This does not end well. So what concerns do you have?
Well, and it may not end well. I've got a multitude of concerns. Look, I find it fascinating. I think most of us that have any appreciation of science find this, very, very fascinating. Anne-Marie, we are dealing with I've never met a woolly mammoth. None of us have. But looking at their behavior and their range and everything we know about them, we are dealing, because they're elephant-like, we can see that, intelligent, social, sentient creatures. So we're bringing them back. The preliminary ones, if they use the technique that I just described, they're going to have no mother. They're going to have no social group. I mean, there's an element of cruelty in that, in and of itself, as well as the ethics of creating this species that's not really a species, this resurrected species. But look, one of the greatest arguments here is environmental. They say that if we can get these large herds back into the Canadian North and the Siberian tundra, they'll reduce the amount of trees by breaking them down. Their massive feet will break into the soil. Cold air rushing in, because remember, the permafrost is rupturing with methane. It's really out there that would happen, and you'd need an awful lot of them.
Kerry Bowman, a fascinating topic and great idea for Ben's newest movie. So thanks so much for coming on to talk to us about it.
Good luck with it, Ben. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.